fucking go.
Let's go. Week 14. Reach out to my opponent, see if he don't play tonight. Playoffs. We in the building.
Don't you dog me. There go my dog. What's up, good? Oh shit, baby. Good. Go, kitty, go. Go, kitty, go. Cut rope, jump rope, cut throat, whatever it gotta be. What do you do? What do you do? Do. Look at these matchups. The Dallas Cowboys face off against the Flock gang, baby. Flock gang in the building. This matchup has every NFL fan and RDL5 excited. We got possibly 2 new coaches coming over to take over some of these teams after playoffs. Well, they'll come in before playoffs, but we having conversations, discussions now. I haven't talked to the committee yet to see what they want to do to bring some teams over. Obviously, there will be 2 NFC teams. Leave it a surprise and just see what happens to finish out strong, man. It's pretty solid, man, to be at the end of it. And guys, still hit us up, knowing that it's summertime, right? And you think, it depends on your age category and how you are. You might want to be out running the streets, skits and shit, getting in trouble, doing absolutely nothing, chasing, little things around and all that good shit. But also in the summertime, training camp comes back around. And if you're a diehard NFL fan, this is the part of football where within the next 2 weeks, you're going to go outside and smell football in the air. If you're a true football player and you played the sport, or you're a diehard fan, you can smell it in the air. You could tell when it's football season, right? And I'm going to say within the next 2 to 3 weeks, somebody that's watching this is going to walk outside, and when they take their inhale, they're going to feel football in the air. That also gets you hungry. You watch NFL Network, you're seeing your teams do some things right now, training camp, you know what I mean? And it also makes you, if you're a Madden player, it makes you want to pick up the sticks and, get back into a league or play. So this is that down point where it's really an up point for diehards. So if you've been in my league before, we usually, once the next disc drop, we lock in. But they forcing us not to be able to lock in this time around, which is going to be a good thing, because You know, I always start my first league, Game of Thrones. I always start that before the first update patch. And we don't give a fuck because the things I do trump all that patch shit anyway. So, but this time around, we have to wait. Because there's some really key things to franchise that they're not putting out when the game launch. They're going to drop it during the first patch, so we have to wait for the league. So with that being said, you know, the fun part
Should be like the first or second week of September.
Yeah.
I think the first update is.
So, you know, we can, you know, while guys is learning the game, playing the game, online playing 22, digging in the franchise a little bit, we're still going to be locked in at 21. And it would be smart if you're a player like me or diehard, it would be smart, you know, play 22, get down, you know, buy it, do all the good shit, get used to it, gameplay and all that stuff, but rock out in 21 still. You know what I mean? Get that franchise feel still to be able to go. So when we start 22, you already in a, you know what I mean, driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And my league's team selection always goes off of those that are playing still. The guys that are playing in August are the guys that's going to be able to pick their teams before a lot of guys. You know, it's a pecking order. You know what I mean? Your early registration gets you top pick, and those that play all the way out gets top picks and playoff teams and things like that. So you need to be fighting to get in the playoffs and things like that. A lot of stuff matters to be able to go into 22. We take a lot from what we're doing at 21 and 22. And if you like me or hitter, we always get to this stage where we looking at our team like, man, I don't feel like starting all over, bro. I just want to play at my team. If you that type of guy, you that intimate with your team, you know how that feels. So we get a couple extra seasons because of the landscape of Madden 22. So again, if you're a diehard, eventually you gotta walk outside and smell football in the air. And a lot of y'all are probably looking at your teams the way I'm looking at mine, and I'm like, I ain't trying. I want to play at this team. I want to continue to play with it. And shit, you know what I mean? Ain't that right there, hitter boy? My boy hitter, ain't that right there? Ain't that right there? Ain't that right there? Ain't that right there? Alright, so yesterday's Real Talk, we talked about the playoffs, and we talked about those that are in the hunt, those that are in the playoff picture right now, and those that are fighting down the stretch. Hey, did you get that Instagram post I sent you, bro? How the fuck they had some shit like that on Instagram, bro? Check your text message. Yeah, so yesterday we was episode 11. I was talking about playoff picture and all that. So, you know, each week from here till 17, till here to the playoffs, that's exactly what I'll continue to do. We'll talk about playoffs, potential matchups, those that are fighting to get in the playoffs, and so on and so forth. Where's this nigga phone number at? The fucking, I'm not chasing him around.
Who do you need?
Nah, I got him.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Let me clear my throat. Oh, he said they wildin'. Why they wildin'? Who wildin'? What I miss? What I miss, my boy? Alright. So here we go. Let's get to it, man. Alright, so playoff pictures as after the week has changed. What have changed? You know what I'm talking about? Pictures is changing right now in the video. Oh, right? Boy. Dang. I was like, I ain't gonna lie though, I wanted to see a little more of that shit. Like, oh, wait a minute. Let me see some more of that.
They wildin'.
Nano, you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about they wildin'. You don't even know. You just talking about, hell yeah, they wildin'. My nigga Nano be on go. He don't give a fuck. True definition of a ride or die, nigga, He don't give a fuck, bro. Pit bull on the leash, I'm telling you right now. Take that motherfucker. I got my little pit bull here too, man. They on vacation. Wifey and them went down the shore. I don't never go nowhere with them, bro. Ever.
Especially with that COVID shit. You're like, nope, I'll stay at home.
Ain't doing all that. Sorry, Craig. I had told Craig and them I was going to kick it with them. Gotta go. See you. So anyway, if you was with us yesterday, you can look right over here at the NFC right now. We got them rocks over here for that.
Something
man, you crazy hell. My
here.
I got a bully. My bully will tear that Roddy up. Promise you. Nah, not mine. My girl spoiled. She ain't with all that fighting shit. She ain't doing nothing. She fucking around. Run from your Roddy. Fucking punk. Don't look at me like that. I'm telling the truth. For you're a human being. You gotta literally be doing something to one of us for her to get physical with you. She ain't doing none of that. She fat and chill. Yeah, you. But yeah, I see some movements over here right now, man. I see some movements. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I see some movements over here right now, man. And it look like the moving is in the NFC. Look like they got they U-Hauls out and shit over there in the NFC. U-Hauls is on sale right now and out this bitch and shit, cause things is changing right now. The LA Rams kept themselves at 2, so has the Bucks. The Bucks escaped the app, man. Listen, I don't know what happened in that Washington football game, but when I turned the motherfucking game on, looked at the schedule, and I saw 28-24, I saw internet net zero. That's probably what happened in that. But anyway, 28-24, somebody was on his heels, man. And to be honest with you, that's the game the football team got to win, yo. And because of that, the football team is now outside looking in. They on some who's that peeking in my window. Blow. Washington now went from 6 to outside of the offs right now, man. And the Lions jumped into the 6th place situation right now against them Cowboys.
7th place, Vikings, right?
And the Vikings had the 7th place. And then they got kicked out on some Wilma. You know how the cat kicked Fred out the house at the end. Fred tried to kick the cat out. The cat jumped in the window, kicked Fred ass out. He banging on the door to my Wilma. That's what happened with the Vikings and shit. You see the cat? You see the cat right there, the Panther? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm saying that. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be good on your commentary. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the best. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the Panthers sitting in 7th place right now. Yeah, Panthers moved up to 7th. Lions moved up to 6th. And the Bears and the Niners are still matched up at 4 and 5. And now you have the Panthers and the LA Rams and the Cowboys and the Lions. With 3 more weeks to go. 14, 15, wait, 4, what are we in? 14? 14 week, 14, 15, 16, 17. 14, 15, 4 weeks to go. I'm sorry. Let me get my math right. My bad, Martian cookies. Martian cookies. So anyway, we sitting here with team swaps already. So in the playoffs right now, and if the playoffs would start today, this would be the matchup in the NFC. Once again, the Bucks are still in first place, waiting for a divisional round opponent. And then you got the LA Rams with the 2 seed playing the 7 seed Panthers. Number 3 Cowboys are playing the 6 seed Lions. Number 4 Bears are playing the 5th seed Rams. And over here in the NFC, nothing changed. Everything's still the same. Forever 7 is still at Forever 7 right now. Chargers are sitting at number 2 right now, and as one of the hottest teams in the league. And I think they are one of 2 or 3 undefeated teams left. How many undefeated teams are left?
I think there's, let me see, 2 for sure, I believe. Let me see.
So you're looking at the Baltimore Ravens and the Chargers are only 2 undefeated teams left?
Yeah. And then
Yeah, and then Bucks have one loss, and the Rams have one loss. Yeah.
All right.
So they're the only two teams.
All right. So Forever 7 is still at 7. The matchup, that's great. Change it all right now. Texans, Colts. I'm gonna spend some time on this matchup. I keep telling y'all, this is our livest rival in the league at this point right now. And then it looks like the Jets is on a full-page collision course with the Chiefs, man. Depending on what happens, right here. My question is, if the Texans beat the Colts and the Jets beat the Chargers, does the Jets move up to the 3rd seed?
Say that again.
If the 6th seed beat the 3rd seed right now, if the Texans and the Colts are matched up this week in the game of the week.
Yeah.
If they beat the Colts and the Jets win against the Chargers, that's going to move the Jets up to the 3rd seed.
It could.
No, it's going to. If that happens way, it's going to.
Yeah.
Definitely going
to. Yes.
But if all out fell and you get the 3 seed versus the 6 seed here, right? And if the Texans beat the Colts and the Jets lose to the Chargers, I think what we're going to see happen is the Texans will go to the 3rd seed and the Colts are going to go down to the 5th seed, depending on what happens with the Chargers. I mean, what happens with the Chiefs, and who they play, who the Chiefs got. If the Chiefs win, they stay 5. No matter what.
Chiefs right now.
So they can swap. So 3 can go to 6, 6 can go to 3, or 3 can go to 5, depending on what happens with the Chargers. The Chargers will have to lose though for them to go to 5.
Chiefs got the Falcons. That's a big game.
Oh my God. This is going to be a long world talk. Oh my God. All right. So that's what the playoff picture looks like. But this is not the most exciting part of looking at this playoff tree right now, man. The playoff picture looks cool. We like what we see over here. We like the teams over here. And those guys that are holding down home playoff games at this point right now are deserving for it because they are out there doing their thing this season. But the race is where it's at right now, man. The race is where it's at.
The race is more intriguing than the actual picture right now.
That's what I'm saying. The race is more intriguing, like you said, than the picture right now. So let's start with the NFC. And let's start with the teams that are in. As you can see, the Bucks are locked in. Rams are locked in. Everybody else is still fighting for a playoff spot. Now, Niners, Cowboys are locked in. They're just looking for position right now. Anything can happen because if the Rams or Bucks lose, these two guys are still in situations to get to that, number 2 and number 1 spot. Depending on how these games go down the stretch. The Bears is walking on thin line right now. I think they got to kind of win out. The Lions on the heels right now, and this is where it get interesting at, because the Lions can go from not being in the playoffs a week ago to actually having a home playoff game. Now, I don't know if the Bears swept the Lions this year or not. So to be honest with you, if the Bears swept the Lions, the Bears need to lose 2 games and the Lions need to not lose another game. And that's the only way I think the Lions get the division. I think if they finish with the same record and the Bears swept the Lions, I will hope I'm wrong here. I don't think the Lions got swept by the Bears, but for some reason I think he gave up a forced win, which got him a loss against the Bears, and he lost the head-to-head matchup. I will ask you, Nano, to help me out here and tell me what happened in that Lions-Bears game.
Let's take a look. Let me go to the schedule. I'm on the schedule.
While he's doing that,
the Lions. Bears. So Bears won the first matchup, and then he won the second. Bears swept.
Say that again.
Bears swept the Lions. You said Bears-Lions matchup, right?
Yeah, so the Lions going to have to win out, and the Bears got to lose twice for the Lions to end up getting a home field wild card game. So the Vikings are at 6-6. Football team is at 6-6. Now Falcons are at 5-7. Here's where it get interesting at. Falcons, I thought they had 6 losses. That gives them their 7th loss. They're not completely out of the mix right now at all. Now, they just made their path a little harder, but they're not out the mix right now. Now, honestly, they probably got more of a favorable schedule to win out and finish 9-7. Now, if they finish 9-7 and the football team Vikings are get 7 losses, then things get interesting in here. And down the stretch, both these two teams got a really good schedule. I told you the football team probably got the most dangerous schedule coming down the stretch. So
The Lions
things are
have a
going to get
really tough
interesting.
schedule down the stretch too.
Exactly.
The next 3 games are all playoff teams too.
Yeah. So the NFC side of things right now, man, as you can see, you got the Bucks, Rams, 49ers as your 3rd, 4th, Cowboys 5th, Bears, Lions 6, Panthers 7. So there are your 7 that's in the picture right now. And then the guys that's fighting outside of that picture is the Vikings, football team, Falcons, and surprisingly, the Cardinals are still in the mix right now. Losing a tough game tonight to the 49ers, they're still in the mix. So, with that being said, man, let's look at Week 14 matchups and a lot of these NFC teams real fast, and let's see who plays who. While I'm looking at these situations over here now. I'm gonna just name a team. Let me know who the Lions play. Bears and Lions, who they play Week 14.
So the Lions play the Rams.
Okay.
And then the Bears going there now. They play. They got the Jags.
The Bears got the Jags. He was just on, so he might even be playing. All right.
Yeah,
So the Bears. If the Jags are playing that, I will advise the Bears to hit him up now. All right. So the Lions and the Rams are up. So this is a tough win. Lions can upset the Rams here. That can give you a shot, or the Cowboys a shot to take that number 2 seed after Week 14 advance. All right, so who does the Panthers play?
The Panthers play. Let's go down here. They play the Saints, so that's a force.
That's a forced win, so we know they'll be 8-5 at the end of Week 14. The Vikings, we need the Vikings.
The Vikings play. Let's see. He's got the football team.
Oh my God, big game. If the football team beats the Vikings, I think they put him in a situation where it kind of can knock him completely out the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he's got like the Vikings have the football team, and then they have the Lions, and then the Colts and the Panthers. Like back to back to back to back.
Yeah, his path is a little hard. So now go talk to me about the Falcons and Coach Rob. Where they at with it?
The Falcons. Let's see. What's the record right now? You said 5 and 6?
7. 5 and 7.
5 and 7. They go
Who are
the
their last
Chiefs.
games?
The Chiefs,
big game.
Cardinals, Broncos, and then a force win. Raiders.
His last 3 games, man, is going to tell it all, man. He's going to have to stand up like a champion his last 3 games and play playoff football. Simple as that. And get it done. Get it done. That's all. Simple as that. They got to get it done. They have no other way in without getting it done. Simple as that. They can't lose no more games, man. At all. I don't think they can afford another loss. They gotta go undefeated to finish this thing out and help some chips fall in their favor. You know what I'm saying? For them to get in and all that.
For sure.
And just for shits and giggles, show me the Cardinals' last couple of games.
Cardinals have the Seahawks, so force win. Falcons.
Okay.
Giants, Dolphins.
If Boone lock in and play all those games and win them all, he fuck around getting in. He gonna get the 7th seed, bro.
I think that if he'll get it if somebody doesn't finish with a better record. Do you think?
Yeah, but you gotta understand this. The football team has one of the toughest fucking schedules down the stretch. Tata ain't safe either. Boone has 7 losses. If he win all his games from here on out, the Seahawks is the first win. That gives him 6 and 7 record. And then he win those last 3 games, he's in the playoffs. Period. Simple as that. Because those guys
Tata got 3 tough games after his force.
Right. So again, Boone lock in, Boone in a better situation than a lot of guys think, and then that would be the scariest team to hop in the playoffs late like this right now. Trust what I'm telling you, because he
Yeah.
halfway locked in, and if he know he got a playoff run, he ain't disappearing. I promise you that. And he know Boone is this guy. You know what I mean? He ain't engaged as what like we would like him to be at this point. We got some things going on. Got wife pregnant, about to drop a baby at any time. Coming up soon, you know what I'm saying? That's on his mind. He got some military shit going on, that got him a little occupied more than playing Madden right now. But boom, once I give him a phone call and we start talking, and I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just say you got shot. You got to win your last 3 games. Simple as that, right? And then he gonna get on and look at the schedule. And when he see that schedule, he gonna start motherfucking, getting excited, rubbing his hands together, like, And don't let him get in those playoffs over in the NFC. That's gonna be a problem for everybody over there. Everybody, I don't care who you are over there. It's a problem for the Cardinals. A locked-in Boone to get in these playoffs right now. Tell me the football team schedule coming down the stretch.
Football team schedule coming down the stretch.
They got the Vikings week
We
14.
got Vikings, Ravens, Bears, Cowboys.
They got all playoff situations right now, so he could play fiddler with all of us. He could put all of us in the situation right now. Now, however, I do think he can lose 1 out of those last games, but he can't lose more than that. He can lose 1. All the rest of them gotta be dubs.
I think he's gotta. I think he's gotta win like three.
He can lose 1 of those games. That's it. He can lose 1 of those games down the stretch. That's it. Because his threats are Panthers, Vikings, and he gonna take care of that himself. They play Falcons, Cardinals. They're all in the way right now. But the guys that really are threats, they got 7 losses already. So he can lose 1 more game, and then he can't lose another game after that. And then he can still have himself in the driver's seat to sneak in through the 7th seed, possibly the 6th seed. But I'm telling you, Tata's schedule, even though he only got 5 losses, his schedule tough, bro. His schedule tough down the stretch.
Panthers have are you on the I'm going to the Panthers right now. They have Saints, and then they have 49ers, Bucks, Vikings.
So he gonna have to beat the Bucks and you. I don't think the Vikings gonna get him. I think it's gonna be you and the Bucks. He got really worried about. He pulled those 2 Jones off. Might even slide higher than that 7th seed. Might get to that 5th seed. Depending on what happened with the Bears. You know what I'm saying? He might get to that. Cause the Bears, Bears gonna stay 4. They gonna it depends. Bears can get knocked out of this bitch. But the Bears is gonna be a divisional winner, so they gonna stay at 4 no matter what their record is. And if whoever got the Rams this week, if the Lions can beat the Rams this week, that's gonna put you in a situation where you fighting for your division again. So there's a lot of what if scenarios going on in this NFC right now, man. Obviously, it's going to take the week 17 to really get this thing figured out. But it's some guys in the mix right now, and because they're in the mix, man, I think the lock-in needs to happen ASAP. Coming down the stretch right now. Now, in the AFC side of things right now, it really comes down to you got the Ravens and Chargers are locked in. I think the Chiefs, Colts, Texans, Jets, like you're looking at this right now. The Broncos, the Browns, and the Bengals all still. Here's your fighters right here. So the guys looking out, looking in the window are still sitting right here. So that puts the pressure on. These 3 guys right here are still there, but this puts the pressure on not the Jets. Jets are fine. They're gonna be the 4th seed no matter what. So it's gonna put the pressure on the Texans, the Colts, and the Chiefs down the stretch, bro. And I'm gonna say, well, here's why. One of these 2 guys are gonna have 5 losses when we advance. Colts or Texans, somebody's gonna have a 5th loss at advance, and that's just making things choppier for these bottom guys right here that's waiting to try to get in right now. Again, the Bengals they can't lose another game. I'm telling you right now, neither can the Browns. They can't lose another game, and they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they can't lose another game. And the Broncos is flirting with disaster as well too. I think they kind of got to stay on a course too, where they can't lose another game. And then these guys right here, Colts and Texans, are flirting with flirting with real
That's gonna be
situations
a
as
really
well.
good game. That's gonna be a real good game. I can't wait to see that one.
I mean, we ain't got nothing else to talk about but that game right now, man. Like, I'm just gonna go to the schedule as a whole first, and we got some big games on here. See, I ain't playing with D West tonight. He don't respond. I'm putting him on computer love, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of
Yeah.
his computer. I ain't got time to be
Yeah.
chasing him, chasing fat girls. I'm not doing that tonight.
Yeah.
But if you look at the schedule right now, here it goes to here it go. What better situation would you want for the Browns and the Bengals at this point right now? I mean, young Camden has to play his kryptonite to be able to keep himself alive in these playoffs, and dirty ass Cleveland is traveling to dirty ass Cincinnati, Ohio, right? This is probably the biggest game of Bengals career, and I'm gonna say that for the Browns too. This is a big game. I can't see this guy not making the playoffs twice, and we calling you a top tier player, one of the good guys in the league that can play. You can't miss the playoffs twice in a row. So I'm gonna tell you like this: this is the biggest pressure game on here, besides the one underneath them. Browns Bengals is a huge fucking game, and it's a bigger statement game for the Bengals than it is the Browns.
hmm
You agree, disagree? How you feel about that?
I think that this game is big because I feel like if the Bengals win, then it kind of like puts him like he would be on the road to like winning out basically. Like this is a big game because like has he ever like swept the Browns or like
I think
split
he.
with the
I think
Browns?
they have had a situation
Or
like that. But this is. It doesn't even matter if he ever swept him before. It's the Browns always beat him in the situations where he
yeah.
always put them in the third seed. He has
hmm
to win this ball game. This is a must fucking win ball game. I hope he feel all the pressure I'm sending his way right now. This is a must fucking win game for you. No matter if you can make it to playoffs or not, this is a must-win game. This is your Super Bowl game right now at Week 14. Simple as that. They have to be able to get over that Browns hump, and what better way to do it than to get yourself into the playoffs while you're doing it? Let's go take a look at some things. What are you do? What are you do? All right, so let's look at the Bengals right now. 5-star, 35 touchdowns, 28 picks, 69%. Not bad at all. 331 yards passing per game right now, man. He's been sacked 27 times. When you look at the run game right now, Phil Mafia, might be his first year where he's chasing 1,000, but he's been 1,000-yard back since he's been in the league. 1 year he didn't. All right, so for the most part, 2 out of 4 years, 3.5 because he ain't done this season yet. So I mean, 985, bro. That's down there 1,000 yards right now. So this back, I think he's going to have a big game against the Browns. He's gonna have to show the fuck off against the Browns, man. But I like the way his quarterback has been playing. And granted, he didn't play a lot of his games because he was on vacation, so he took a lot of forced losses. But he got the rookie Reek Wise out here with 93 catches this year, 1302, 14 touchdowns. Mechie's a 1,000-yard receiver and shit. Marvin Harrison is 300 yards away from being a 1,000-yard receiver as well. Even a tight end is for almost 400.
He's got
yards.
Reek Wise looking really good out
good.
there. I seen a game of his, like I believe it was last advance when he played the Steelers, and he was dialing some shit up for him too. So
And
he
he's
has
very
looking good
involved.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with what he's doing, man. He got himself a top 10 player, and he's making him play like a top 10 player. Simple as that, out of that draft. But I'm more impressed with the fact that he's on his way to 3,000-yard receivers, and if he can get jiggy with it, he can also get Banks that 1,000 yards, and he'll be looking like King Falky over there with the Chargers, with 4,000-yard receivers over there. I will be more interested in trying to get the win than anything else. And for that to happen, this guy has to have a day. Mafia, he has to have a day. Mafia gotta go crazy, right? But I like what I see over here, man. They can produce points, and they got some players that got some numbers over here, so that's big. On the defensive side of things, man, I'm gonna go to the tackle for losses because this is big right here. Marcus Johnson is only in his second season, and he is now taking the ranks on Carl Lawson right now. And it was smart. He moved Carl Lawson to D tackle. You know, once these DNs start getting up in age, you move them to D tackle to resurrect their career for another year, a couple more years. This guy's in his 11th season. Once we're finished this year, it'll be 12. So it was smart. He still got 6.5 sacks right now. But the new pass rusher over here is Marcus Johnson. 16 tackle for loss to 7.5 sacks. So he's picking up the pieces right now. Defensively, they do play well with their linebackers. That's the one thing I would say. Their linebackers, and they do have a shutdown cornerback in Tim Stewart. When you come down to picks, I don't know what those numbers look like this year. 5, 5, 4. So they're not really getting turnovers through the secondary at all. What are they doing in the fumble department? A lot of guys got one forced fumble because this is a hit sticking team. These guys use the hit stick a lot. The Browns, guys like that, they both use the hit stick and safe tackles really well. So I like the matchups because the one thing I will tell you when I get off of this team is when you go to the Browns, they use their receivers. Simple as that. He throw the ball more than he run the ball. With that being said, DeMarcus Bowman only has 558 yards right now, 3.9 yards a carry. That's not cutting it. They had Nick Chubb. He was a 1,000-yard run just by him being Nick Chubb. Since Nick Chubb's been gone, we haven't seen a standout running back over there. Look like they have the guy, but for whatever reason, he ain't getting it done. 4 yards a carry right now. And I think
DeMarcus Bowman.
Yeah, DeMarcus Bowman really ain't doing too much tonight. He plays better in the passing game. 43 catches for 519 out the backfield. But these guys throw the ball to their receivers, man. Simple as that. And you got a lot of guys with 30, 20 to plus catches. You know what I'm saying? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with 20 or more catches. And then when you look at the touchdown department, they spread the ball around their receivers. These guys get the football. Now, they're not high numbers, but they're still spreading it around. So he makes you cover his entire package. Everybody on the field, you got to worry about every last one of his threats at receiver. My main problem with them and this team, period, is they have a franchise quarterback, but I think his interceptions, he throw bad interceptions, man. Some of them so questionable. But that's what happens when you throw the ball a lot. You know what I mean? When you're throwing the ball more than running the football, you're going to throw picks. That's just the case of what it is. 62% on the year, 26 touchdowns, 28 picks. You don't want to see that for a guy that's been in the league for 6 years. You got to get past that, especially with the weapons they got. And then on defense, the Browns come to play, bro. I'll tell you one thing, they come to play on defense. Now, they used to go crazy dummy at the sack department, right? But then you got Myles Garrett getting up there in age. With these numbers, he gonna lose his abilities at season end. But they got guys that have been playing. Tyreek Smith been playing since he's been in the league. So they got a good front. They got a good front four and a great front seven because them linebackers is really good over here. And even though you can't say when they traded Denzel Ward, their secondary wasn't scary or dangerous because you had the one kid that was playing at a high level, Marco Wilson. He was playing like he was an X factor, only on star. So they have the corners out there as well too. And since Ward left, his my player has been stepping as a corner. So they got some guys over here in that secondary. That defense, they hit too, boy. They cause turnovers. Whether they making you fumble or they trying to get picks out here. They cause a lot of turnovers. As you can see, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's all secondary guys. 4, 3 linebacker. You know what I mean? 2 with Surratt. So on. So they cause turnovers. Nano, with this game, man, the Browns versus the Bengals, man. I want 2 things from you. How does the Bengals win this ball game?
Effective run game.
All right. And what player for the Bengals have to be the X factor of the game for the Bengals to be able to win this game?
I think the running back.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I think it goes through. I think Ewers has to have a solid game, and don't forget about his weapons. Don't come into the game and just lose the fact that you are throwing the ball pretty good, 69% on the year, and you got receivers that's playing really well for you. But I do think the X factor of this game is Maffa. I think Phil Mafioso got a ball out. He got to have a 200 type game, 200-yard game. Double, a couple touchdowns, 3 to 4 touchdowns type of game for the Bengals to win this Browns game. Now on the flip side, what does the Browns need to do for them to win this ball game?
Well, I mean, obviously, stop the run, and also, I think make plays when he needs to make plays on offense. Don't turn the ball over unnecessarily.
All right, now stop right there because now you're on the right path. If Kill Glass need to have a good game, he has to put a great game together. He can't keep putting halves together. You watched him play the Chargers, 14-0. You watched him play the Cowboys, 17-3. You watched him play me. He had the lead going into halftime. Kill Glass needs to finish 4 quarters. Simple as that. I don't know if you need to go put a clutch on him or what, something for him to fucking be better in the second half. But if you look at Kill Glass, he go crazy in the first half, and then he throw anywhere between 4 to 6 interceptions in the second half, and it's damn near like that a game. So Kill Glass to me has to be has to finish the game. Simple as that. Have a good start, have a great ending. Simple as that. And so that makes him my X factor of the game as well too. Kill Glass has to come out and play really well, continue to get those weapons involved, and don't get in the second half and all of a sudden he just throwing pick after pick after pick. Gotta be smarter with the football. I watched him and the Cowboys play, and it was 29 seconds before halftime, and they both threw 2 picks apiece. How do you do that? When did you? And then he was in the red zone twice. With timeouts left, just kick a fucking field goal. Simple as that. Win a football game. Be smarter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It can't be dumb down the stretch. And that was right before halftime. So don't talk about the last 3 minutes of the ball game. What happened in that moment? You know what I'm saying? He up 14-0 on Falky, and then in the second half he turned the ball over 6 times, all picks. And you throwing picks, and we had one guy had 3 of them himself. Same guy, same situation, same side of the field, same route, getting them shits picked. So he gotta be a little bit better in the second half, man, and finish the game strong. Kill Glass is the guy that has to win the Browns this ball game to get them keeping their playoff hopes alive. So we got Phil Maffa for the Bengals as the X factor and the run game over there to win against the Browns, and we got a Kill Glass finishing in the second half to win for the Browns, and he's the X factor in that game. And all right, let's go to that next game, man. Texans Colts right now. Did you see this coming at all? 8-4 versus 8-4. Last opportunity for the division right now, because it doesn't matter what happens after this. One guy got to win over the other guy right now. This is a must-win game for the Texans. He has to be able to beat the Colts.
Yeah.
8-4 for the third spot for the division, for home field advantage in the wild card round, for seeding, is for everything right now, for pride, and for the division. We haven't had the Colts not win the division since the league started.
Shit.
So pride is a motherfucker. Simple as that, man. Are you a dog? Simple as that. Big time players make big time plays and big time moments. It's just that simple. Now through the year right now, we seen award racing. You got some guys up there. The Colts is playing well. Justin Fields has been up there in the award show race for a while now. But let's go look at numbers right now. So we'll start with the Colts right now. All right, so Fields, 31 touchdowns, 19 picks. What's concerning to me is you like that touchdown to interception ratio, right? 61% is not. We're concerned. I don't know what the Colts' identity is right now. That's what concerns me. 3,254 yards. He completed 155 passes. What are they? I'm confused. 271.2 yards per game, 31 sacks. If you look at Fields as a rusher, He has 419 yards on 42 carries, 10 yards a carry, 4 like I don't know who they are. Like at moments, who are they? Like it's like Justin Fields wants to run the football, and last year he was at his best when the field was spread out, and he was letting Justin Fields throw the football and throw it at a high level, right? And take off when he had to. I don't know who. I just played him last night. I really don't see an identity right now, and I think they getting away from whatever they were doing early on to come off that Bears loss to run off like 7 to 8 wins straight. And I don't want to hear the schedule got tough. You are at the point now where your team is built to play with anybody in this league. So I don't want to hear that. So what I want to hear is, who are you? What are you going to do to be able to show that you can be more than what you have been being? You know how you got a chart, and the chart go up, and if you're doing good it goes up, you're doing bad it goes down. Well, right now he flatline. He ain't doing bad, he ain't doing good. He just flatline right now, right? You look at the receivers, you got one guy with 38 catches, 4 touchdowns, 871 yards. You got another guy with 822, 9 touchdowns. You got the tight end, 33, 627 with 10 touchdowns. And in my opinion, he should be the guy, the X factor of this offense. But they got weapons everywhere. And do you think this is a case of just having too many weapons and then really not knowing what the fuck and who's the fuck who over here?
I think he just has too many mouths to feed, to be honest with you. Like he always tries to do a little bit too much on the field too. Sometimes it works, but then sometimes like it costs him in those big games as well.
Like for him to beat the Texans and lock that division down one more time, who would be the X factor in this game? Like, just looking at the stats right now, you can't tell really who's who. That's not a bad thing. I'm not saying he is a bad thing, but what I do think is, I don't know what his identity is anymore. Are you a runner? I mean, your running back got 781 yards, 6.3 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns. I mean, average is 6.3 yards a carry. That's not bad at all. But Fields is leading your team in rushing average, 10 yards a carry right now. When are we going to see the true Fields? We started to see it the end of last year, then we started to see it the beginning of this year, and then I'm confused right now. Like, you got Justin Fields over here to be Justin Fields, so be Justin Fields. But I'm not sure that's the X factor of this game. Is this the X factor of this game? Maybe it's somebody on defense.
It might be a defensive player it might be like a linebacker or a corner or something like that. Maybe even like Quiddy Pay.
Nah, well, see, this is I can see the front seven and this and that, but then the linebacker core as well too. Got to play. But look, Malik Harvey is having a fucking he having one of the best seasons of a corner can have. But my thing is this. What can he shut Butchie Spearman down? Like, can he completely lock a number 1 receiver down? Like last night when we played, you watched the game. What did Stingley do to his number 1 receiver? Took him completely out the game. Can Malik Harvey take that step and take that receiver away? Because once you take Spearman away, then it's going to fall on you. Brought Jacoby Stevens back down from safety back down to linebacker, and that's for this game. I think I seen that when we talked about it and made the switch. You know, the first thing he said when he lost to the Chargers, I don't know, maybe because I moved Baby Boy down to linebacker, fucked all my shit up and this and that. And I kept quiet. I ain't say nothing. That's you second guessing, not me. I'm not worrying about Falk. In my opinion, you wasn't beating Falk anyway, right? I just don't see it. You're not beating Falk. You're just gonna take some Madden shit or a miracle. But with Jacoby Stevens getting moved back down to linebacker, I'm preparing you for Hudson. Henry Hudson. That's what I'm preparing you for, because Malik Harvey is playing so well this year. In my eyes, you can lock him on Butchie Spearman and completely wipe him out the game. That's what it should be. With 12 interceptions on the year, or is that a product of moving him around all over the fucking secondary? Slot corner, outside on here, to the right, to the left, like you know what I'm saying, moving him around all around, and maybe that's why you got him 12 picks though. But when he's asked to shut down a number 1 receiver, or he's asked Here's the cover. What happened last night with Amari Clark and Malik Harvey? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened in
Yeah.
that situation? Can he shut down my bad? Can he shut down my boy Butchie Spearman? Simple as that. Can you line him up? Because you loaded in the secondary. You got the DBs to better cover any other receiver over there and get them locked down. And then can Jacoby Stevenson make Hudson Henry have a hard day? Simple as that. Because if that happens, now the Texans is one-dimensional. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. But I also feel like I don't know what that Texans backfield like that he just got Ruggs, right? So like that rookie play might come into effect as well. Because I don't know who he's starting. Like I think he's starting the rookie. So like if he can run the ball on the Colts, I feel like he's in a good situation as well.
I agree. I agree.
And just keep it
I'm
a
not
little
scared.
bit off
I'm not
balance.
scared of Ruggs though, because Ruggs is an X factor now. He's unlocked. I'm not scared of him. Not saying he can't have rookie moments, but I'm not scared of him. He averaging 5.3 yards a game right now. But in the process of Ruggs, you can't forget about Kaylan Manuel. You know how I was Jason Nelson all season long.
Yeah.
When I played a tough team like the Colts, who was my running back?
Javonte?
Hey, you watched the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my leading carrier all year has been who?
Nelson.
And every game I played, if you go to my schedule, every game I played, my leading rusher: Bills, Bengals, Browns, Patriots, Browns, Giants, Bengals, Dolphins, Jets, Steelers, Computer Raiders. But when I played the Colts, who was my leading back? The guy that's going to win you the game, Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
22
Javonte
carries,
Williams,
105 yards.
yeah,
He
I
didn't
said
have a
that.
great day,
Okay.
but he had a good day. He had a good day, and that day was when I called his number and I needed big plays. It happened. Simple as that. 4.8, not his average, one touchdown, but them 22 carries kept me on offense a lot longer than he wanted me to be on offense, right? And look, Nelson, rookie. Oh well, buddy, you're a rookie. Have a rookie day. 3.6 yards a carry, 829. Just wasn't your day, young man. 3.6 yards a carry ain't allowing me to give you 20 carries a day. Nope, sorry, not gonna happen, right? And I say that because that's exactly how the Texans should approach this game. You play your rookie, but you go to the guy that got you there. You know what I'm saying? That got you where you're really at right now. You play that rookie, you let him do some things, but you go to the guy that you're most comfortable with, that your offense is comfortable with, and that your offensive line is going to play better and your line is going to block better for him versus the rookie in a big-time game like this. So he has to go back to Manuel in this game. But you cannot let a home run threat like Jaleel Ruggs sit on the sideline and not get active. You got to get him involved too. But I think you got to let Babe Bull Manuel be a leading horse in this game. And to be honest with you, this is the X factor of the game for me, for the Texans to win it. Kaylan Manuel has to have a big day. I'm talking about 160, somewhere around 145, 160.
I say like
on the
two.
ground,
I say like
200.
200. I say like 200. Like 200. Like 2 touchdowns.
Now I think about 150, 160 because I think Russ can. I think he's a home run threat at any moment. I think he can hit a home run at any moment, and you could cut into some of these numbers of him. But I do think he has to be somewhere between 140 to 160 yards rushing, two touchdowns, and maybe Ruggs can sneak a touchdown in, and make a big play or two for you in this game. You have to look at it that way, right? And then. Fuck him. Fuck who your starting corner is. Don't nobody care about them 12 interceptions. I know this guy right here is shitting. You know what I'm saying? When you need a big play, you need to go to big play Butchie. Simple as that. Big play Butchie got to get the ball as well in this game, and Hudson Henry. So you got a matchup here where they match up completely well with each other. They completely match up well with each other. On the defensive side of things, I think Justin Fields, we're going to see now. See me personally, I think the coach going to come out and try to run the football. This game is so important. I think he's going to try to play playoff football, and he's going to really butt ball the shit out of him and try to keep the clock running and put long drives together, right? So then that puts the pressure on to Gabriel Floyd. and Browning, in my opinion, right? But with me saying that, the coach is not scared to sit back and throw the ball more than he run the ball. And if that happens, then we need to see these defensive linemen over here that's been animals in their career. And what are they doing right now? Phillips, 3.5 sacks. This is where, if I'm the coach, I'm seeing this. These guys ain't getting to the quarterback this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the pass, I could throw the ball a little bit. That pressure ain't gonna be there, and see how the game go. And if they do step up, because Jalen Phillips is he's a really good player in this league. For him to have 3.5 sacks, I don't know if that's scheme. And then I can't even find the other guy. He down here with 1. What's going on with these DNs right now? Make these guys, if I'm the coach, I'm making these guys show me they still who they are right now. Are they tapped out right now? What's going on over there? Make these guys show me, whether it's through the run game or not. Look, 17 tackles, 21 tackles, 3 tackles for losses. So these DNs who are great DNs, especially as a tandem, aren't really playing good football right now. So that means there's a lot more stress on that linebacker core in that secondary and for him to not be getting pressure or not having that D-line playing the way they are. I guarantee you he got safeties playing well for him. Or let me go look at this. Let's go look at tackles. Craig Williams is my player, 41 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 4 INTs. Look like I said. Yep. Look at these safeties. Yep. Like I said. That's why when you not getting your front 4 ain't getting it done, that means guys is getting to the second level, and those guys got to make the plays. Your linebacker level and your safeties got to come down and make plays, because those guys ain't doing it. And I think the coach need to pay attention to that versus watching film and all that shit. He need to look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie, man. Men and women lie. Numbers don't. And numbers ain't lying right now. And I think at this point right now, the defensive line for the Texans aren't producing the way that we're accustomed to seeing them produce. Is that a problem, or is he adapting, doing something different, and they just not the leading horses right now? And I think the coach need to answer that question tonight, if they even play tonight. I haven't heard from him all day. Have you heard from Max all day?
No, he usually texts me. He went ghost or something like that.
He MIA right now, man. I don't know what's going on with him right now. I don't know. Pressure bust pipes. He ain't even on the real talk.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Now I'm gonna get to another game over here. Flat out, going to my guy right now. All I'm gonna say is this: Hitter need to make a fucking statement today, and it ain't on defense. He need to make the statement right here. We need to see 256 total yards rushing from as a team today, from this fucking Washington football team offense. That means Kevin Harvey gotta get jiggy, motherfucking. I know y'all heard me say jiggy like we fucking in the 90s and shit, but so what? Fuck it. Kareem Williams, I need K. Willies need to get jiggy, motherfucking. I need Kevin Harvey to be, to keep chains going while he moving around. And I need this 265-pound nightmare to be a little bit more involved and keeping the chains. Like, Hitter got to learn how to play boring football, yo. Simple as that. He got to learn how to play boring football. And if you start playing a little bit more boring football, he will stop the dumbass turnovers that always lose him the ball games. Because this guy, without the turnovers, got the top defense in the league. Now, the Texans have the #1 defense in the league right now. If you go to the team stats and all that shit, they're the #1 defense in the league right now, right? And I'm saying that with them not having a good front 4 play right now. Not saying they're not good players, but they're not playing well under front 4. Well, Hitter has one of the best front 7s and back 4. Like, his whole 11 on the field is fucking dangerous in that secondary, and at the linebacker level, and at the pass rush level. The problem is these guys get a great stop, get off the field, 2 plays later they're back on the field. Great stop, get off the field, 2 plays later they're back on the field. Their offense lose them ball games, not their defense. So I need him to play a boring football game. Rush for 300 yards today when you play the Vikings, right? Rush for 300 yards, throw for 160 to 220 yards. Simple as that. With 1 turnover. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to throw a pick because you got to try to get, you know what I mean? It's just part of the game. But maybe throw 1 or 2 instead of 4 a game. Simple as that. And that's how he beats the Vikings, and he takes the next step and getting himself back into that playoff picture and shit. What does the Viking have to do for him to win this game? first he has to play the game, right?
Yeah, he has to play, and that's still a what if situation.
Then he
so.
has to show us. Then he has to show us who Khalid Williams is, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: you're not lining up 20, 30 carries. Ain't gonna cut it trying to run against this Washington football defense. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. So that means you got to throw the football, right? And if Hitter playing the football I'm saying he need to play, that means the offense ain't turning the ball over, and that defense is at full tilt. So now you got to better produce on the defense. That's one of the best defenses in the league. So can that receiver quarterback matchup you got over there, can they make shit happen? And then what about your defense, Vikings? Is your defense good enough at this point now where you could put some pressure on outside of your division? It's one thing to play pretty good in your division when you playing guys and you're losing by 10, sometimes 3. Well, you play these guys all the time. But what happens when you're matching up against a guy you don't see that much? Can your team play for you? Simple as that. What do you think Hitter has to do, or who has to be the X factor in this game for Hitter?
To be honest with you, I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record, but I think he's got to get one of his best weapons involved, which is number 4. His running
Look
back.
at the motherfucking wheels. Nope, I like him. I think he can get him going. I'm not like getting him going means how many carries you gonna get that boy? Simple as that. He can't come out with 9 carries going there.
If we're not saying definitely. But
you know what I'm saying? But that's why Wills don't shit, because he give him 10 carries, 8 carries. Don't put him in the playoff game. That's the reason why he be doing the shit he be doing. His X factor is the quarterback, Kevin Harvey. Instead of rolling out, sitting on the sideline, waiting for a route to bounce, to throw a triple coverage, can Kevin Harvey win you the fucking ball game without turning the ball over? He the same way Akil Glass is, in my opinion, over there. He's the X factor. Kevin Harvey needs to win you the ball game the same way he won you the Cowboy game. Simple as that. But my bad for cutting you off. What was you saying?
Nah, I was just about to say the same thing. I was just gonna say, like, definitely has to limit like turnovers, with like picks and everything like that. Especially if he wants to win. Like, he can't be like you said, like he can't be like throwing into like rolling out and then like just throwing it randomly like into like triple or quadruple coverage sometimes and hoping that he comes down with it, right? So.
Yeah. I agree, bro. I agree with you. Again, you got to keep that offense on the field longer than that defense is on the field. Like if we was able to get real stats and do a study. What's up, Mom? Why you calling me so late? I'm on a podcast show right now. Can I call you right back? I'll call you right back. Okay. All right. Yeah, so if we did a stat, if we was able to take these stats, I guarantee you in a 7 minutes game, 28-minute game, I guarantee you his defense is on the field more than his offense every game he play.
Yeah.
You know how you be looking at some of the time of possession and shit at the game, and you be seeing some guys had the ball for 22 minutes, the next person had it for 6 minutes, and you're like, damn, how the fuck he had the ball for 6 minutes, bro, and still scored 30 points and shit like that? Well, that's Hitter defense be on the field for like 15 minutes a game. So that's 2 halves a game. That's a whole half that defense is on the field, and we still look at that defense as one of the top defenses in the league. Imagine if he can just cut that in half. Like Hitter need to focus on, you know what, this drive, if a big play happens, it happens. But I want to put 7 to 9 play drive together right now. And I need to do that for my defense, because if he do that, he could beat anybody in the league, because that defense is that good. When you got a guy that built a defense like his and they play for him, he don't have to play for his defense. He don't have to be the user and click on everywhere and run around and stop everything. He just got to be in the right spot with his user, and that's it. Everybody else play for him. That's what type of defense he got over there. Everybody, he don't have to generate sacks by being on a D line, man, and sneaking one in and shit, running around the left tackle. None of that. They do it themselves. He don't have to. He could play on the safety, and those 4 linebackers is gonna tear your ass up all game long. Simple as that. And they cause a lot of turnovers over there. So I just think if they just not on the field and tired as fuck all game long, and they can be rested by the 4th quarter, he could be anybody. And I could guarantee you that's why he lost to the Bucks 28-24. Without even watching that game, I could guarantee you that defense was on the field too much, and then momentum swung, and they would fit in a situation where they had to make a stop and they couldn't do it. I don't know. He'll tell me if I'm wrong, but I really feel that way. I really feel like that way. Who the Panthers got?
Computer.
Who the Bears got?
I'm going there right now. He's got the Jags. I'd probably hit up the Jags right now just in case. He might be. It's Saturday night. He probably out on the streets or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you know he jinky promoter. He probably already gone. Hey, yo, don't be playing with me. I know you saw my text twice, dog. We not doing this tonight. I'm telling you right now.
What text you talking about? What text?
We up, nigga. We up in real draft. That's what I'm saying. Listen, dog. I'm out right now, man. We gonna have to play that tomorrow,
No,
B.
I'm about to, I just finished cooking. But look, man, we just got home.
Take your time. I'm in the middle of a real talk right now. Let's talk to you anyway. I need an interview out of you, man. What's going on, Coach D West? Talk to me, man. Talk to me about your Cowboys team, man. How you feel about your Cowboys team? The magnificent GM job you have done this entire league. Talk to me about the blueprint of your team, man. Like offensively and defensively, what makes your team tick?
We built it through the run game.
Right.
So when we brought Travis in, you know, that laid the foundation of what we needed to do.
Right.
So, and then as the years went on, you know, I brought the receivers along, but I had to feel within first. Get the run game running and play out the run game.
Right.
So, then defensively, you know, man, you can't get that pressure on the quarterback, then, you know, they know your defense is out there.
Right.
So, but then from there on, you know, myself, T. West, you know, we've been a life cowboy life, you know. He's been there for years, so he's gonna retire cowboy, you know.
Right. Your my player has been one of the top my players in the league too, man. Talking about that at strong safety, that guy's been playing at a high level since day one. Tony Brown, do you consider him a top 3 corner in the league?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Brown, man, I feel like I can do anything with him. Zone, man, blitz, you know, he there for me on all phases of the game, you know.
No doubt.
He can guard anybody.
Now, I think one of the most underrated conversations that we will have about your team is, one, you find a way to get sacks with your D-line. And you had a lot of interchangeable pieces in there, from Aaron Donald to Quentin Williams to these new guys running around, right? But the linebacker core you put together, I think nobody pays attention to the fact that you got one of the best linebacker cores in the league.
Oh, yeah. Even though it was kind of sad we had to let my boy walk. You know, we couldn't pay him what he's like. But we kept McGrone. We kept Mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
We brought in
Preston Brown out of free agency.
Yeah, we had to snatch him up out of free agency right here. And then we just brought Lewis in this year, so, you know.
Earl Lewis in the building and shit. Oh, my God. What do you see happening with that type of player? That's one of the best players to come out. We call that the steal of the draft, man, right now. How effective is he as a rookie for you right now?
Oh, man, he had 2 pick sixes the last 2 games, so, you know.
Oh, he taking shit to the crib.
He takes the crib. Now, when we started to play ball, and, you know, he started to get picks left and he's coming along, you know. So, I feel like he's hitting that stride of being one of the best linebackers, you know.
No doubt. And last question for you. You've been in the Super Bowl over there at the NFC, man. How hungry are you to get back to the Super Bowl and win one?
Oh man, you gotta get locked back in. Tell you the truth, the last besides this game I just played, the last 2 games have been struggle, man. It's like we ain't been locked in, you know. I think I won my last 2 games by like 6 points.
Right.
Beat the other Browns by 3, and I beat somebody else by 3, and it's just quarterback had a shitty game against the Browns. But I mean, like 3 picks, 30 yards. I can't. I was able to win that 20-17. All right.
But all else fails, though. All else fails, you went to motherfucking that running back ETN. I seen it. 4th and 2. Remember he got stopped on that 3rd and 1 in the 4th quarter. He went for it.
Yeah.
And went right back to it. I said, he better hurry up offense and go right back to that shit. Got the first down, got yourself up out of there. I mean, it's something to say. Even you call it a struggle, but for a guy in your struggles to be able to pull those wins off, where you playing bad football to the point where you should lose these games, to be able to still pull it off. Don't you feel like that's a statement though, as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's a very good statement because situation. I put my defense in bad situations, you know.
Right.
My quarterback threw one of the picks. I gave him like a short shit. He ran it down to like the 20-yard line. They gave him a touchdown. And I got to thinking, I was like, all right, I'm throwing the ball. I said, he hadn't driven out the field all game. I said, let me just run and make him drive the field. And he couldn't put a complete drive together. He had done the whole game. So
right.
I think that's what helped me pull that out.
Yeah, man. And then it was good clock management by you down the stretch too. To be able to get that field goal to knock that game out, man. And you got the Ravens coming in. We haven't played in a while. We haven't really been seeing each other this entire league, man. What how do your team feel about coming into this type of game, man?
Oh man, we know the Ravens got some players over there, so you know they're gonna come in and you know they're gonna bring their A game. So we've been practicing extra hard all week for this one, you know. So we know what the Ravens got, and hopefully, you know, they know what we get. So, you know, we got to make sure we be on our game and make sure we be on our P's and Q's and be going to give a good game.
No doubt, no doubt. So, look, I'm going to hit you back in a little bit. I'm about to stop the real talk. I'm going to holler at my girl because she's on vacation. I'm going to holler at her, and then I'll call you back. All right, my boy. Thanks for the interview. Alright, so you heard that interview. I'm going to talk my shit later, but right now, wifey's more important. So with that being said, I'll holler at y'all on a later date. Holla, we out there.